everyone, welcome to Stagecraft IS Academy. We have started a new initiative called the Daily Current Affairs Discussion. As you're all aware that prelims has been shifted to 10th October and therefore it is important for the aspirants to study current affairs daily. Hence, we at Statecraft IS Academy have started this free initiative for the benefit of the aspirants. The PDF of this video will be available on the Statecraft Telegram channel and Statecraft website. So let's get started with the current affairs. In the first part, we'll discuss prelims related news items. In the second part, we'll discuss news items in detail from the perspective of mains. So our first news item is about Bonda tribes. So Bonda tribes are one of the 13 particularly vulnerable tribal groups. They are found in Odisha and they are believed to be a part of the first wave of migration out of Africa. They are the first forest settlers in India. They have retained their identity and their culture despite the external interventions, and they are primarily forest dwellers. They perform hunting and foraging for food in the wild. And the Bonda society is considered as a matriarchal society because here women enjoy a privileged position. They are the primary workers and also providers of food for the community. In this tribe, the women prefer to marry men who are younger to them, at least 5 to 10 years, so that they can earn for them when they grow old. Next, women wear various types of rings and necklaces around their bodies. The men, on the other hand, carry lethal bows and arrows. They continue to speak their language, that is Remo. It comes under an Austro-Asiatic language. Next, we'll get to know about what particularly vulnerable tribal groups means. In India, we see that the tribal population makes up to around 8.6% of the total population, and these PVTGs are most vulnerable among these tribal groups. So in 1973, the Debar Commission actually created the primitive tribal groups as a separate category who are less developed among the tribal groups. And only in 2006, the government of India renamed the PTGs as PVTGs. So their basic characteristics include they are mostly homogeneous with a small population. They are physically isolated. There is an absence of written language. Relatively use simple technology, and also there is a slow rate of changes in these groups. And in India, there are total 75 listed PVTGs. And the highest number is in Odisha. Odisha has 13 PVTGs. Next news item is about Bima bamboo. So it is a superior clone, a higher biomass yielding bamboo species. So it has been developed by N. Bharti of Gromor Biotech Limited. These Bima bamboo has been developed by a conventional breeding method, and it is not a product of genetically modified organism. It is an important point. And next, the features include it is considered to be one of the fastest growing plants. It grows 1.5 feet per day under tropical conditions, and it is also said to be the best carbon sink. It helps in mitigating carbon dioxide emissions, and also it provides a permanent green cover. So Bima bamboo is sterile, which means that it does not produce any seed and does not die for several hundred years. Also, it has a lot of applications, like due to its calorific value, which is equal to that of coal. It is used in cement industries, and cement industries can also buy these bamboo for their boilers. Also, bamboo fire can also be used in textile industry for making fabric and garments. Next, we'll talk about meteorite. So we'll start with meteorites, which are objects in space that range in the size of from dust grains to small asteroids. So when these meteorites enter the Earth's atmosphere, they are called meteors. But if these meteorites enter the Earth's atmosphere and hit the ground, they are called meteorites. And they are known to be existent in the solar system since a very long time, nearly around 4 to 4.5 billion years ago, and therefore examining these meteorites helps the scientists to know about the beginning of the solar system and maybe even about the Earth. So recently a meteorite was found in UK, hence this news. Next is about bogs. So bogs is a wetland. They are soft spongy wetland that accumulate peat. Peat means a fossil fuel that is used for heating homes and businesses in northern Europe. So these bogs, they are generally formed in northern climates and take thousands of years to develop. These are acts as carbon sinks and helps in absorbing around 200 million tons of carbon from the atmosphere. For centuries, however, they have been drained for extracting peat or for development, leading to the destruction of the delicate ecosystem, including damage to species such as crane that breed here. Next news item is Mongolian Kanjur manuscripts. So the Cultural Ministry has informed that reprinting of about 100 sets of sacred Mongolian Kanjur will be completed by next year for distribution in the main centers of Buddhism in Mongolia. First, we'll talk about manuscripts. What manuscripts are? So it's a handwritten composition on paper, bark, cloth, metal, palm leaf, or any other material which is dating back to at least 75 years and also has a significant scientific, historical, or aesthetic value. The lithographs and printed volumes are not manuscripts. Manuscripts are found in hundreds of different languages and scripts. For example, Sanskrit is written in Urya script, Grantha script, Devanagari script, and many other. So these manuscripts are distinct from historical records such as epigraphs on rocks, formans, or revenue records, which provide direct information or events on events or processes in the history. But these manuscripts have knowledge content. And also about the news, in Mongolian language, Kanjur means concise orders, the words of Lord Buddha in particular. So these Mongolian Buddhists worship the Kanjur at temples and they recite the lines of Kanjur in daily life as a sacred ritual. The Mongolian Kanjur has been translated from Tibetan. The language of Kanjur is a classical Mongolian. Next, we'll also see a news related to it, which is the relationship between India and Mongolia. So, Buddhism was carried to Mongolia by Indian cultural and religious ambassadors during the early Christian era. As a result, today Buddhists form the single largest religion in Mongolia. India has established formal diplomatic relations with Mongolia in 1955. Next, we see a map of Mongolia. So, Mongolia is a landlocked country and it lies between Russia and China. Next, we'll talk about red-eared slider. So, it is an invasive species that can become a major threat to the biodiversity of water bodies across the northeast region of India. So, these red-eared slider is a semi-aquatic turtle belonging to the family Emidiidae. They are native to southern US and northern Mexico, but they are found in other countries as well. People keep this red-eared slider turtle as pets and then release them in natural water bodies after they outgrow an aquarium, tank, or pool at home. So they get their name from the small red stripe around the ears and also from their ability to slide quickly off the rocks and logs into the water. Talking about other features, the female of the species are usually larger than the males and they typically live between 20 to 30 years and sometimes also 40 years. These red-eared sliders are called poikilotherms, which means that they are unable to regulate their body temperatures independently. So they are completely dependent on temperature of the environment. For this reason, they need to sunbath frequently to warm themselves and maintain their body temperature. Talking about the concerns related to these species, since they are invasive, they grow fast and virtually leave nothing for the native species to eat. They have a negative impact on the area and the species living in the areas they invade. Talking about invasive species, they are the organisms that cause ecological and economic harm in a new environment where it is not a native. So common features of these invasive species include they grow very fast, they have rapid reproduction, they have the high disposal ability, they have phenotype plasticity. That means the ability to alter the growth form to suit the certain conditions, that they can actually change their growth forms to suit their current condition or the current area they're living in. And they also have a high tolerance level. The tolerance of wide range of environmental conditions, and they have the ability to live off a wide range of food types, so they are also known as generalists, so they can have any kind of food. Next, we'll talk about Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. Recently, Prime Minister has released the 8th installment of financial benefit under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. Talking about the scheme, it was launched in 2019, and under the scheme, the centre transfers an amount of 6,000 per year in 3 equal installments directly into the bank accounts of all land holding farmers, irrespective of the size of their land holding. The objective is to supplement the financial needs of small and marginal farmers in procuring various inputs to ensure proper crop health and appropriate yields. Two most important part about any scheme would be that everyone needs to focus on is whether the scheme is a central sector scheme or a centrally sponsored scheme, and also about the nodal ministry of that scheme. So in this case, this scheme is a central sector scheme with 100% funding from the government of India, and it is being implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. The identification of beneficiary. So in this case, the beneficiaries are identified by the state and the UT government. There's also a PM Kisan mobile app. So this was developed by National Information Center in collaboration with Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. In this app, the farmers can view the status of their application, update or carry out corrections of their Aadhaar card, and also check the history of credits to their bank accounts. So all for today now. This is the second video of our new current affairs discussion series. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and do go through the first video. Thank you.